Shit. Mid Overwatch dead, even the cinematic. Listen, Dab. It's him.
Welcome everybody
It's him.
to BlizzCon. We know
Yes.
you all want to hear more about Overwatch 2.
Please don't pull an IG Konami.
Invite you behind the scenes
new footage.
to explain more of what we're doing. And why.
Everybody, please hit record. Fingers crossed.
We lost Scott.
New footage.
This is going great.
We've been assembling one of the best teams that I have ever worked with.
I'm nervous.
And I'm so proud of the progress that we have made together.
We really liked the stylized drop down.
Okay.
Imagine that it's coming forward, boom, boom.
That's new. That's new. This is all new. This is all new.
Scale and the scope of this game.
We have not seen this before.
We've needed to grow substantially.
We have to.
Okay, same.
Sorry.
Let me start.
Overall, I think we've done incredibly well as
Giant
a team
pug.
moving to work from home.
Oh, shadow play. There have definitely been challenges, but the team is really putting everything we've got.
Feels like a
behind
giant
this game.
rat for a second.
To me, it's the next.
This is new
big
footage,
step in
and they got the new skins on them. That was the new Tracer skin.
Heroes,
Sorry, John stuff. Okay.
Major story beats.
With competitive and PvE, I see
This is new
Overwatch
stuff.
2 as the Overwatch for all of my friends.
You know, we're always inspired by what story and franchise development does with their animated shorts.
Animated shorts. Are they implying new animated shorts today?
Cinematic experience into the game.
You can invest in your heroes and grow them over.
Oh!
I'm super geeked
Did you
out
see that
about
talent
Overwatch
tree?
2.
I can't wait for people to play this game.
Did you see that talent tree?
There are some things that we just can't do without a sequel.
Yeah, Canadian. Sorry, John.
Thank you so much for your patience so far, and I hope you enjoy this behind-the-scenes look.
Be very
at
careful how
Overwatch
you
2.
word this, mate. New maps and okay, we got new PvP stuff.
All of our players at home, they want to see one of
New
the
map.
maps that we've never talked about before.
Really, I can just talk about anything that I want to.
Yes.
You're serving this up to the guy that is like unintentionally leaked information in past interviews.
You can do it officially now.
Okay, so one of the maps that I'm
Please don't talk about the
most
same one we've already
excited
seen.
for in Overwatch 2 is our Rome.
Rome? Oh!
We always want
Very
Overwatch to
Ilios.
feel
I mean,
like
it's not
a little
Ilios,
trying
it's just
adventure
European.
for our
That's
players.
something.
So we're having a
that's
lot of fun coming up with the Overwatch version of Rome.
We wanted a very romantic, sort of this powerful feeling of old world architecture.
Okay.
One of the most exciting things for me is the early building of these maps, where we get to sit down together with key people.
This is gonna be like
from the
a
environment team, level designers,
escort.
effects groups. We'll spend some time talking about moments in the game that we really want to see, like the Colosseum or a grand view of the hills of Rome in the backdrop. And then we'll go back and
sorry, I'm
do
not
a
talking
paint
much.
over, or we'll do a concept painting of certain things based on that.
We try to draw inspiration
that's really pretty, actually. I like
from
that.
as many different sources as possible. For example, one of our environment artists had just
Mate, go on holiday to Rome, take pictures, we'll put it in the BlizzCon. They just put his fucking holiday pics in. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, I hope it doesn't want. It does look very open. I'm a little bit worried. Man just flew to Rome and said, "You know what, lads?
Things that are destroyed in
I'm
real
going with
life,
my family.
we kind of rebuilt in a
Take
kind
a
of
picture.
Overwatch style.
I need this for the
It's
BlizzCon."
one of the most beautiful pieces of environment art that I think we've made for
Oh,
the
dear.
entire game, and it just absolutely took my breath away.
Okay, this is really good because some new content. Okay, I'm happy. Fuck the global pandemic. We need a new
reveal
map.
more maps?
To be honest, it could have been done beforehand, though.
Scott, Scott, why don't you have the honor? Why don't you reveal? Like, is there an artified? Like, let's pick an artified one.
What does artified
You know
mean?
what map I want to talk about? It's the one that I just get super excited about. New York City. New York City is
Oh god, here comes
just
NYXL.
an amazing Overwatch location.
We're really striving.
It's
to
Super
make
Mario
it as authentic
Odyssey!
as possible while still putting this Overwatch spin on it.
There's a lot of amazing buildings and architecture pieces that just, especially for artists, stand out a lot, and they're usually used from the 1920s, 1950s.
We started in an area that's a little bit like the village. There's some smaller shops there. There's a fire station,
Cool.
little pizza places and things
Pizza.
that people that are familiar with New York City
Bronx?
will either
I don't know what the
recognize or maybe see the reference that we're trying to make with some of our different locations. It feels like something you haven't seen in other games before because it's
Isn't the Hyperloop the
uniquely
fucking
Overwatch.
America?
Well, we should move on. Otherwise, we just have to reveal more maps. So
That's cool. 2
we're
maps.
talking about PvP, and you know, one thing that I think is really interesting about PvP in Overwatch 2 is some of the philosophical changes we're making to the approach.
Wait, they pushed it
It
on.
feels different and new. We're upgrading our combat feel. The roles are playing differently. When it comes to all new maps, it's a pretty big departure from where we are on live right now. So I can't wait to see where we end up with it by the time we launch this thing.
Oh, stuff. Real. I like how smooth the ult thing
We
works.
call role passives, which are passive abilities that a hero can have based on what role they are.
Okay.
For example, currently in our internal builds, the tank heroes all have knockback reduction against them, and they also generate ultimate charge for enemies that are shooting at them.
Okay,
Healing
that's
heroes
good.
Have a movement speed bonus, which is great for flanking around the map. And healing heroes, support heroes have automatic healing that kicks in after they haven't taken damage for a while.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool.
A little bit of a lower rate.
That's a really clever
One of the
idea.
more shocking changes that we've been exploring in
Yeah, because he put the Eraser, did like nothing.
is a change to the tank role entirely. That's applied to all of the tanks. We want to try to make them more toe-to-toe brawlers and less characters that just stand back and protect other people.
So, for example, for Reinhardt, we've given him 2 charges of fire strikes, so he can throw fire strikes a lot more aggressively and more often.
2 fire strikes?
Charge, he's able to
God, the
cancel on that,
fucking
so you can steer
what's it
more
called?
aggressively, so
You can cancel charge as
not quite turn
well?
a corner, but you can definitely more accurately pin targets, and because you can cancel it, it allows you to.
I'm
use
like,
it
it's a
aggressively
fucking
and,
car!
you know, really
He's
go
a
after
car
the
now!
target, sacrifice, you know, all of your positioning.
Oh,
everything
that's
to get
fucking
there.
cool.
He's almost more terrifying.
This
now
game
with
is
his skill, which is full
completely
arsenal more
different.
often than kind of just being the guy with a shield.
The changes to Reinhardt that we're trying, and they might not ship, that's just the reality, but the changes that we're trying right now are to try to embrace more of that instinct that players have.
But he's got like less shield, he's only got 800 shields. So he's like a bit less shieldy and more shieldy, you know what I mean? That's kind of cool. This is very aggressive Reinhardt. That's really interesting, actually.
Shortly after BlizzCon, we spun up this group, our
I think that's kinda
combat field
cool.
group, to really just work on what happens when a player holds the trigger.
We're putting a ton of effort into looking at all of our characters.
That was cool as
and
fuck. I'm
trying
sorry if I'm
to
really loud, gamers.
give
Let me
them
know if I'm
even
being
a
too
more
loud. I'll
visceral
be
weapon
quieter.
feel.
From sound to VFX to animation to the design of these units, all new sounds for a lot of our weapons in the game, and a whole new sound system that's driving it. And we didn't just level up a unit, we leveled up the rest of the game.
They said leveled up. It's like the video game talk.
Working in Overwatch,
Oh, Soysun's there. Soysun, real.
On gunfire sounds and just general combat feel to make it feel really awesome.
Is this the
And we're
beta?
revisiting
Is that like that was like
everything
beta
that's on the
Overwatch?
table.
Remember
So
old
we're
school
looking
beta
at
Overwatch?
Even kind of small things such as quick melee attacks that every hero has. So they have kind of new audio pass.
Gotta go!
Overwatch 2 is what we're calling our weapons 2.0 sound pass. What this is a big overhaul of the weapon systems in the game. That means the way the gun
Oh my yes! Come on!
As you're getting lower on the clip, we've really tried to amplify those sounds to better encapsulate the gameplay in gunplay.
Oh yes!
with Overwatch.
Give me more beating up Orisa, please. Oh
Another
shit!
key to the weapons was getting
That was
them to feel like
intense.
they're in the environment. This meant working with convolution reverb. It's a new system that we've implemented into Overwatch. It's a way that we can capture the acoustics of an environment and transport it onto the sounds that we're using. So we went and captured tales of guns in different environments through our weapon shoots.
Okay. God in Overwatch?
And then we've cut them and applied it so that we can support a lot more environments. Now we're supporting outdoor,
Fucking hell, that's
urban
intense.
outdoor, warehouse tales, tight tunnels, small rooms, and it gives a lot more presence to the weapons and the way that they react in the world.
The shooter genre has evolved a lot since Overwatch 1 came out. On top of that, I think we really want to push the visceral nature of how we do combat. So we focused a lot, not just on the wonderful sound effects, but also with how the gun moves as you shoot. You know, so you can really feel every single shot leaving the chamber.
That's kind of cool.
And there's a lot of subtle little
Just a little
tweaks we
small
have to
thing.
do
I don't
on
like the
gameplay engineering side to make
overlays
it
so much. They still feel very beta
everything
Overwatch.
from
You know what I mean?
Making sure that
Oh, this
the
Sojourn
cameras stay
shit.
crisp, making sure that if you get shot,
What's charging
you know
up?
exactly these tight indicators show up on the outside of your reticle. All these things play into making the game.
The
feel
lighting looks cool as
not
well.
just tight and responsive, but also modern and up to date.
AK, no welcome, gamer.
Take 76 for example. What we wanted to do in Overwatch 2 with his weapon was make it really happens with a bunch of different but it really feels like the gun is almost just outside of your control. A lot of that comes down to this camera shake technology, where every time you fire the weapon, you want to feel like it's running through your entire body, and the camera shake gives that extra bite to every single shot out of the chamber. It makes him feel really great.
You guys got a sneak peek of Sojourn from last BlizzCon. She's been under development for quite a while, and she's actually quickly at this point become a lot of people's favorites in house.
That's kind of cool. What the fuck is this? Like, this is cool.
It was originally created.
So you're shooting shield and you're getting like something charged up. What does that mean?
Surrounding a weapon type. For example, Farah was based on a rocket launcher hero. Widowmaker is clearly like kind of the sniper. We thought there was.
No, don't kill Lucio. Oh, thank God. I was scared for a second. I was worried. I was like, I don't want to see him die today.
It's so much fun in the playtest to have this really powerful shot that can, you know, rip through enemies if you
like
really
a shotgun
are accurate with it.
almost.
She's all about that aim skill. So if you got that aim skill, you'll love her.
We're still exploring new game modes, and we're also reevaluating older game modes.
This looks cool as fuck.
That people are more critical.
Why
of.
did they leak in new
You know,
heroes?
we're
They've
the
shown a bit of
mindset
Sojourn stuff.
Maybe 2CP doesn't.
The graphics somehow
exist
feel
in
worse.
Overwatch 2, and maybe there's a new cool game mode that replaces it. We really want Overwatch
This guy looks like he's on
2 to
coke.
feel
Which
like
one?
the next evolution.
Then again, they all are in LA,
a
so
true
that's what I've heard a
sequel
lot.
To the first game, not an add-on. It's not a small part. It's not an extension of the original game. This is an evolution and a replacement.
Are they removing
to the original
2CP?
game, and I think it's exciting.
Hold on a sec.
Hero missions are probably one of the things that's the hardest to wrap your head around.
Sorry,
if you've
I'm
never
slow.
played one of them.
The goal around hero missions is for these to be.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that part. 2CP is fucking dead.
I personally only play competitive mode. Like, I'm all about that
Okay.
competition. And I have friends that they don't want to do that at all. So I'm really looking forward to a game that I can play hours and hours.
They literally said, you know what, 2CP sucks, okay? We're moving.
I'm interested in.
Hero missions are the content that.
This is a new
people are
Tracer skin as well.
playing As they are leveling
PvE.
up
No,
their
I want to play.
heroes.
No,
So
PvE is good shit,
for
man.
a system
Okay.
like this to really sing, you need a lot of mission. We don't want players to feel like they're just in this grind to get to the top.
And there's a lot of really good
The HUD looks worse. It looks
technology that
simpler,
we're
is what I'll say.
exploring, so that the heroes are constantly bringing their personality and some light.
Don't worry, I won't
story
speed it up anymore. It
to
just kind of
these
went
hero
off for a
missions
second.
as well.
The goal is
You cannot sit with your team anymore.
hundreds of hero
Oh
missions.
shit, hundreds.
We've explored a lot of different ways.
But
of
then will it be
getting
like
that
get boring
much
really
content.
quickly?
So have like different sets of enemy units that people will be fighting against. And
That's what I'm
there's
worried
different
about, like
hero
it'll get
mission
stale, because like it's the same
At
maps
the
over and
same
over, right?
time, hero missions can take place in all of the multiplayer maps that we've done.
Alright.
And we're also adding new spaces onto some of these maps.
Ooh. That's King's Row.
It's a huge challenge for the art team. We take maps that
Yeah, it feels
a
like the
lot of people
beta HUD. It's
love
the same
and
as the beta HUD,
recognize,
like the old school
and
one,
we have
remember?
to add a lot more art and level design to it.
In this one mission
Like,
playtest,
bulked
I
up.
came up to an area in Kings Row that usually has a gate on it. Suddenly that gate opened and I saw a new area of Kings Row that I had never seen before.
You may be playing a payload game type, and the payload may decide to take this new route instead of going the usual route.
That was really,
That's kinda
really
cool.
cool. It was like this eye-opening special moment.
Okay. Oh, this bit again. I remember they complained about this last
Our
time.
tech artist on the environment side, very early on our own free time, made a prototype of a sandstorm.
Yeah,
on
a
the
lot of people were
Temple
pissed off at
map.
this.
And at the time, we didn't know what we wanted to do with that, but it looked awesome.
we looked at it and went, oh my god.
Desert Storm.
Absolutely have
It looks
to
really
do
cool,
this.
but like it'll kill your game
Technology in
FPS.
place that allows us to do this dynamic.
Like imagine trying to play that like my computer just fucking
Midway through a
explode.
mission, suddenly this sandstorm or heavy weather.
More
was
particle
showing.
effects, yeah.
the world
They
feel so
already
much
said these
more
aren't going in
alive.
PvP, so.
There's a sunset, daytime, nighttime, but depending on where you are in the world, these look different. California or Hollywood would have.
Ooh, that looks cool.
New Bonnie, there's a great African sun that happens there.
Yo, let's go, fucking Lion King. Yo, don't. Yo, Paris looks fucking good. It's the first time I can say I like
The
Paris.
world's exciting. Just seeing these dramatic landscapes, the wind and the atmosphere blowing by. It's a much more cinematic experience for the player.
Before you start a mission, you look at a map. It's nighttime in Necropolis, or there's a sandstorm.
This is making me really happy,
Players make
dudes.
some comp choices based on knowing this information. Characters
Oh,
like
shit.
Hunt or Widowmaker start to be a little more
So
valuable.
depending on like,
Abilities that
depending on the weather.
the sand more clearly.
Oh, that's so cool. So they're actually using it rather than just going, there's a sandstorm coming in. It's like, okay, that's actually really cool. It's like fucking using shit like, okay, yo. My PlayStation gonna explode? Yeah, dude. Get the fire extinguisher.
Things from one hero mission to the next, so that they all feel really fresh to the player.
For example, we have Gather and Return, where you're trying to go and grab these different canisters to kind of safeguard
That's
them.
called
so they don't
Capture
go
the
off and affect
Flag.
the population in a negative
I'm so
way.
hyped, same.
It creates this really cool tension in the world where
This
on
is
the
really
one hand,
cool.
you're trying to split up and go grab all these canisters to be as efficient as possible, but at the same time, now you're having these sort of special enemy units spawn that are really difficult, and if you kind of get caught by yourself, it turns into a
Whoa!
pretty bad
What the
situation
fuck is
really
that?
quick, and it feels extremely
What the fuck, dude? That's disgusting. And I see
We're
Lucio.
experimenting with
Yes, they use
all
Jassy as
sorts of
well.
Ideas, and just internally, we have names like Wall of Death,
Survive.
Scavenger Hunt,
Wall of
and
Death,
Kill
that sounds
Quest,
Fortnite.
and
Head
all
crab
these
monka.
new
We're being fed.
mechanics
Dude, this is
and
so
enemies
cool.
for people to experience. Players will be able to jump
I'm really
in
happy with
night
this.
After night.
Now, the worrying
playing
thing
different
is when
hero
is it coming
missions,
out?
And then
You know what I
work
mean?
through the progression system, leveling up their heroes.
Lucio. I'm really happy with this. Here we go, talent series.
2019, we started to talk about progression, and we showed the very early version.
There it is.
of
Remember
our
this got
talent
leaked.
System, which I think was really cool. We had that one
Winter
talent
2020
where, like, Nate became the rolling snowball, which was a big
Please.
hit. We've really
Fuck me.
blown that system out.
I'm real excited about talents. You can play the same hero in so many different ways. Now with the skill tree, you can have fun every night doing different things and kind of experiment.
Soldier?
Yeah, the talent
Did you see
system is,
Soldier?
like, really deep.
Yeah, this big ass beard.
Every single
Fucking gnome
hero
looking
has
ass.
different
What is this,
trees.
boys?
You might open up 76's tree.
Yeah, look at him.
And as you're leveling and picking new
This man old as
talents,
fuck.
you're starting to feel your hero change. We've had some pretty hilarious versions of the healing one where his biotic field travels with him. It also repulses enemies. We called it the snowplow build, where 76 is like running through spaces, pushing enemies away from them.
Designing these is super fun because it's like we get to break all the rules that we've sort of established for ourselves, and we get to really take the gloves off and do crazy things. Like Junkrat can dual wield grenade launchers, and we've had Mercy be able to area effect res their whole team at once at super long range through walls. It's been a ton of fun, kind of like mad scientists making all this stuff.
You're all used to using these kind of kinetic weapons like Soldier 76's rifle or fire attack like what Reinhardt's
This is
flame
good.
strike does. As soon as you start to mutate
I'm
these
happy with
same
this.
talents,
The way it was
all of a
well.
sudden
This is
you
really
get
cool.
freeze damage or electrical damage, but it gives the
Electrical
animators a bunch of
shit,
crazy
dude.
opportunities.
Ooh.
You know, the animations are going to change to show them freezing and shattering.
Ooh,
enemies.
that shit
You
looks
know,
good.
Shock someone with a lightning attack.
I like that, and they're like damning recoil. They're actually doing stuff. This is kind of cool,
All
actually.
sorts of stuff to make you feel like
There's a
you're
lot more
controlling
going
that
on.
in novel ways.
Need to work on the HUD. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the HUD, but they probably kept it
RPG
as simple as
nerd
possible
myself,
and then
the
work
first
from
time I
there.
opened up the talent tree systems, it was like, oh my
There's
gosh,
so
this
much
is-
shit
this
here,
is
dude.
speaking
This
my
is so
love
cool.
language. Like, I just want to plan.
This is so
and I
cool.
want to see, like, where do I want to invest and how am I going to play this character?
Yes, it's so great. And you start at the bottom of the tree. Like,
Yes,
oh my,
exactly.
like Tracer gets to do what? And then you start working and kind of planning how you're gonna get.
Apparently,
down
it's a
there.
DPS Mercy talent tree. I missed that. Sorry.
So fun.
Why did Winston have scatter arrows? Maybe it's like he chomps on the thing and then goes. Boop. Uh-oh. Here comes
When
the
we
evil
look
guys.
back at BlizzCon 2019 and we talk about some of the criticisms that we had, one of them as a development team that we felt was that the combat was just not engaging enough. So
I might have accidentally frozen when it was happening, but Mercy has like a gun out to the fucking.
Meant that we had a
That's
problem
kind of
with
cool.
the enemy units, and that they just weren't feeling interesting enough.
Yeah.
Just because we show
like literally, you're
something
just
to the public
slapping your fucking dick
doesn't mean
against them
that that
repeatedly.
is what it's
Okay.
gonna be. If we make discoveries where things aren't working how we want, they're not reading how we want, they're not.
Mercy
fun
Tree look
enough,
fire for real.
We're totally down to reinvestigate, reiterate, and just really find ways to level kind of all aspects of things until they feel good.
I would say a major focus of all of 2020 was to make the null sector enemy units more
Ooh, this is
engaging.
good.
And some of this was adding new units and evolving other units that we had.
Interesting combat for us is varied combat.
Okay,
for
that's good.
us. So sometimes we're going to ask you to protect something in Overwatch 2. Sometimes
Because
we're just going to ask you
in
to
Overwatch, you
get
know, in the
someplace. Sometimes we might ask you to escort
the
something
PvE missions in
across the
Overwatch
map
1, it's
while it's
just,
being attacked.
hey,
And so it's a different
these
type
guys
of
are just gonna
fight,
walk straight
and
at
it's a different
you,
type of
kill
units
them.
that are
You know?
in there, and it's
That's
a
cool, though.
simpler objective.
There's a lot of units Aaron is talking about. Lots of different.
There's like
units,
3
lots of
fucking
different
units.
Types. They serve different
But
purposes.
they pull in
do
more.
different things to them. It's really going to help a lot.
Is that an
of us
Overwatch
find the
2
fun and
poster
make
he
sure
has?
that Overwatch 2 is a blast.
Maybe not just an Overwatch 1.
One of those sets of enemies is what we internally call objective units. And they're typically units that don't even attack players. The simplest version would be something like the Breacher.
It's too late.
Oh!
Fucking
that's so cool,
and then
dude.
it transforms, and the bomb opens up like a flower. It starts spinning and charging up, and you hear this awesome sound, and you know you have a little bit of time before it's going to explode, and you have to take it out.
That's cool. That's cool. Don't let it explode.
We
That's
have
just
units
rude.
like the slicers, which you guys
Oh,
have seen
yeah,
before.
slicers,
They're
remember.
Little, we call them the chickens. Like little chicken snares. They're running really fast. You know, we have a guy we're experimenting with right now who flies and drops these bombs that create these kind of ever-expanding smoke fields that you have to escape from, but because they're super deadly. So you really get to use your mobility options to kind of escape that.
There's things like the Polar. You could be moving through these darker alleys, and as soon as you hear that Polar spawn, it suddenly becomes like really spooky and kind of scary.
Oh, cool.
This very tall, elegant-looking character that's blindfolded. 3
Pretty.
orbs that circle around her as her eyes.
Like a Gorgon.
And we basically spun those orbs around her head as a big tell, launched them at the player, and then it activates this tractor beam, and it's bringing you in, and then you get this awesome like anticipation of the air opening up, so you know what's about to happen.
One thing we've recently been experimenting with is
That's
this
cool as
idea
fuck.
of elite units. We didn't want the elite units to feel like they're just, oh, this guy's got double health and double damage. We want to make sure the elite units feel like they have different behaviors and have different attacks. So, for example, an Omnic Grunt, normally he fires his gun, he dies pretty simply.
Yeah.
If you fight elite grunts, his weapon fires in a burst fire pattern. It's very
Oh
deadly
shit, like a
if
fucking
close.
Toho.
And if you manage to take him out,
You know, it's like that type
of
beat.
towards you, and you try to back away because if they get to you, they can.
Fucking little hand dude. I fucking hate these. Gremlins.
Artillery at BlizzCon. We're all just staring at this, and we're like, what are we gonna do to level this up?
One of the things we really felt wasn't coming
It's
through.
the Lucio
was the
soundtrack.
damage stick.
Lucio
We
album, dude.
intend for players to shoot these guns off, but currently it's not reading as something that can happen in the game easily.
We changed the design, we changed the animation, and we go back and forth and just continually iterate.
We decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna just delete half of these damage states, so now it's super readable.
From an animation standpoint, we decided on spinning barrel version. Just did this really nice kickback. The tip of the barrel opens up when it's about to fire. And
Me too. I like how they look better. Yo, this is cool.
Really amazing to be fighting an artillery unit, and you can see the guns on the side, and as you're shooting the guns, they're actually visibly taking damage, and then you can blow them off, and it reacts and kind of stumbles to the side, and really makes you feel like you're there, and it's super fun.
In a lot of the stuff we've showed so far, you're fighting null sector. These are evil killing machines intent on marching.
Hey, Lucio! Lucio!
To make sure that feels responsive and visceral. Really making sure that when they take a hit, it feels like their
That's
whole
cool.
body has been punched, almost like hit by a truck. That's what really sells this fantasy that you're playing these superheroes. One of the cool pieces of technology that we created was what we call chain hit reactions. Oftentimes you'll find
Oh, holy, that is so cool.
maybe a half a dozen.
That is
units
so
at
cool.
rest. You expect if you shoot
No
them,
way!
they're gonna knock them
They
to the side.
interact?
So
Like, they don't just like
we make
fall
that-
over, they just kind of. Oh my gosh, that's so
Turns out it's
fucking
really
cool.
fun, too.
That is so much.
One of the things that we showed last year at NewCon was the new looks for our heroes.
New heroes, new heroes.
Kind of going
It's time to get
into, like,
excited.
you want to preserve the essence of your hero, but also kind of show that heroes evolved and kind of changed and moved forward. So
Okay.
we have a lot more new looks. So I'm excited to see how players and fans react to all of the ones that we've done so far.
Maybe we'll share some of those new looks today, which would be cool.
We're going to reveal Mccree's new look for Overwatch
Mccree?
2, as well as Farah.
And
I'm
Farah?
really excited to show
Paradising20.com. Watch this. Peep this real quick.
Reaper and Widowmaker. But first, I wanted to talk a little bit about technical wear, kind of like technical clothing. What that really is using very techie fabrics, as well as having very intricate but functional.
There he is. Look further. Look.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Okay.
With Mccree, we took a couple different approaches. He's
got the beard
cowboy
now.
look that it's really hard to mess with because if you try.
Oh,
to
he
make
looks
him
so
look too
fucking
sophisticated
cool.
Or too techie, it might not feel right for the character. But
God,
as a
he looks
concept
so
artist, we always
fucking
wanna change
cool.
things around and try different shapes and
He looks so
silhouettes.
fucking
We did
cool.
identify as Red Serape as the main thing for Mccree. We also tried a couple different things with Mccree's cowboy hat. We didn't really want to mess with that.
How
so
does he
much
look
because
cooler?
That's a very iconic part of him. So that's another piece that we kept. We tried some retro cowboy looks that mixed in some tech here and there. Some that were a little bit more techie than others. Some that were a little bit more classic
man.
cowboy. We gave him a little bit of a longer beard, and it really gives him a nice kind of like a more.
I ain't gay, but Mccree, bro. This man
What's
make me gay.
different about Farah than some of our other heroes is Farah's completely covered in armor. We
Okay,
didn't want to
what's
change
Farah
her
doing?
silhouette too much.
Okay, she just got like a
More about
slimmer
experimenting
armor.
with
Like,
different
it just
colors.
looks kind of
So it
cooler.
felt really appropriate for her to be the one.
Okay, I mean, there's not many
to
changes
harken
to that.
back
That's
those
fine.
Original Overwatch colors of white and blue. One of the things that we wanted to update.
It just looks
Farah
like
was her
sleeker.
visor. Instead of being completely opaque and reflective, we tried a little bit more of a transparent approach.
Yeah, that makes
and
more
being
sense,
able to
because what's the
see
fucking
through
point of
it
his
a
visor
little
you can't
bit
see out
now
of?
Allows us to see some more of her emotions.
Okay, it's basically a little bit
Reaper
sleeker,
was
and
actually
oh, here
the
comes
ones that I
Reaper.
was very excited to work on because I could see a lot.
Okay, he's
of
got like a different
potential in how
coat.
we
Like,
can integrate
McCree's the big one.
his
McCree's the big
cloak
one.
And his cowl and his armor and how we can make all those shapes really sing within that classic, Reaper silhouette. We tried a couple takes with the first pass, like completely silver arms,
Sorry.
layers to his jacket. Reaper's mask is obviously pretty sacred to us, but the thing you'll notice immediately is that it's now completely silver. Instead of the bone white, he's got this like almost like deadly edgy silver that just gives him that classic.
Why does Revival think it was a good idea to
With
announce an
Widowmaker, we
Overwatch
started with the
roster in the
idea
middle of
stage,
fucking...
exploring
Oh!
We tried things like a more insectoid approach, treasure hunter. One of them made her feel like a classic Bond villain, so we kind of steered it back towards one.
Yo! She got fucking
almost like a
things on her
futuristic
titties!
Femme fatale, which is basically what Widowmaker is, but she even feels
Got
more.
bits on her titties!
So I'm super glad.
This
that
is
we
too
went
loud. I'm gonna
this
get a fucking
route.
noise
We
complaint,
played
dude.
With different hairstyles too. Widowmaker has the really long ponytail that's really key part of her look. And we really liked the hairstyle on one of the designs that
That's
was
so
more
fucking
framed,
cool.
and it was really interesting look that also preserves Widowmaker's original silhouette with that long ponytail.
We've been working a lot with our domino engine and making our cloth look better. Now that we have this cloth tech, we're going to be able to make some really cool, unique silhouettes that will help them stand out from other heroes.
I like that just make his cape go...
Into our face rig. And what I mean by that is we're going to get really close to these characters, and it's going to feel really cool.
Oh, I'm so getting a noise complaint, dude. Holy shit. This is so cool, though.
And that way we can make these characters
Domino engine is something falls
do more
apart,
things
everything's...
that we
Yeah, I
haven't
mean,
been
like...
able to do before.
Look,
It's been
I'm
super
hoping for the
exciting
best at this
working on
point.
new looks for Overwatch 2, and it's just been so inspiring to watch the team try things that we've never tried before, and I just can't wait to show up more in the future.
This is so cool.
Overwatch 2 is probably the largest opportunity we've had since the inception of the franchise to really expand
This is
what
really cool.
Overwatch even means.
Would it looks a bit
to our
overdone in my
players.
opinion. I mean,
In
they're
Zero
redesigning,
Hour, we
so...
saw that some of the heroes got back together, but we're also seeing that there seems to be a second huge Omnic uprising. We're gonna learn who's behind that uprising, why that's happening.
Yeah, I want to know about this.
how
Lucio's a
globally
frog
spread is it.
too. Oh shit, stuff.
franchise development group, they were really the torchbearers
Yo!
of what the big big story is that we were going to tell for this game.
We have a lot of interaction with them. They're working on in-game cinematic intros and outros for every one of our story missions.
It's been really great to see this collaboration grow and develop.
Oh, that's so cool.
The story is just a little more integrated into our missions than it ever really has been before.
Yeah, Lucio's back. He's like his back pound's a frog. I noticed this ages ago.
We
So
have
cool.
NPCs,
Hey, let him in. Let him in.
multiple hero choices.
It's my boy. It's my
We
boy.
have all
Get him
sorts
off. Bring
of
back Lucio
events
now,
that are
please. I beg.
happening that are driving players to interact with each other or parts of the environment or other characters.
The world of Overwatch is this bright, shiny future. So how do you take that bright, shiny future and create conflict in it? How dark can the world of Overwatch go?
The different challenges that these characters are going to have to overcome in Overwatch 2 are things that they haven't ever dealt with before or dealt with on this scale. So what we had to do was literally strip it down to this bare bones of where are these characters in
Trace's
their
like,
lives.
"Ooh."
Overwatch has been disbanded, and now there's a situation where the world's in trouble again, and the world needs the heroes again, but they're not allowed to be doing what they were supposed to be doing.
We started to book these off-site locations so we could brainstorm over and over different versions of what the Overwatch 2 story campaign.
There he is. He's there in all sticky glory. I love it.
Carting around everywhere.
The room was filled with whiteboards, and we would just write every day story beats with the characters and who was doing what and where. And oh my gosh, we forgot this character.
Me with Lucio.
Sticky
No,
notes, and
never,
each one
never.
of
I'll
them
never
would be a
forget him,
mission
please.
with a bunch of notes on it. You know, somebody say, well, what if we moved Rio to the end, and they'd physically grab it off the wall and stick it on the end.
And we did this for a while, you know, until we all felt that it was pretty close to what we wanted.
Then we could send it to our writers' rooms. The writers' rooms then had a much clearer direction of where we wanted this process to go.
Ultimately, we come up with something.
Echo of Light ships? Yeah, she did it in the Overwatch 2.
Then we pitch it back to the game team.
You know what I mean?
That we missed.
And that allows us to actually back up and go and make it right and make it better.
Because the scale of this story is so huge, it takes place over the whole world, basically. It just requires a constant iteration, constant refinement to make the story as best as we can make it.
From writing, we go to storyboards. The storyboards get crafted with the edit. From there, it'll go to a previs department where they'll start to flesh it out in 3D. Once we've kind of
Are you implying we're getting a... Okay, so we're actually coming up to the end of the 45 minutes now. I think we've got about 10 minutes left now.
Going right into the game engine.
One of our
This
challenges
looks awesome, but my PC will die.
was
Yeah,
to
same.
figure out how to integrate this.
He's still like,
story
yo, I'm gonna
and
fucking
this
kill you. And the
narrative
fucking Torbjorn's gonna
with
come in
the
between and be like,
gameplay.
listen, you two shitheads.
So
Stop
the
it.
intro cinematic ends with this huge battle, this huge war. When you get into the game, it has to mesh and feel the exact same way.
Well, because I guess like Reinhardt's got his fucking PTSD, and then fucking Bastion's also got his PTSD, so they both got things going on with
Trying
that.
to get the music to be equally as consistent from in-game cinematics straight through to the mission. Adam Burgess, our lead composer, has been working with the IGC team, with the game team, developing themes for
Adam Burgess,
all
man,
the
if you're watching
heroes,
this,
all of the
you're a very
locations.
cool person.
The
I like your
cinematic
music a
director,
lot. Keep it up,
whatever
please.
we're
For the love of God, you're
crafting
doing great.
should never override the gameplay. We want to make sure that the players
Actually, don't send this to Adam
experience
Burgess, because I've talked
gameplay
rude things about
is
Blizzard all
seamless.
week.
It feels like a completely
Don't send
immersive
it.
experience.
The engineers, we have to find a way to actually.
You reminds me of Immortals Gaming. Okay,
The
don't
Choreo
speak
tool
their
is a
name.
tool that
Do
allows
not speak their
people
name.
to coordinate different events to happen at the same time. Like in Rio, if you played our demo,
I wish I
the
played your
buildings
demo.
explodes. And so that kind of event needs to happen as you're running by, and you need to have it timed, because if it blows up too early, then you don't see it. It allows story moments in missions that interact with the environment, that interact with our characters.
The new tech, the new abilities that we have now.
Oh, it's been later than 4 is actually good. It means I can say, yeah, same. I need a new graphics card. You know, I'm not going to be able to...
Is that, you know, if somebody has an idea, they can mock things up really quickly.
We got to show the Widowmaker making this awesome introduction. And Casey was able to quickly put a really rough prototype in Choreo. And Philip would come in and on the fly, he's making quick changes. They play tested something that would normally take weeks. It was
Ooh,
done in
that's
a matter
cool.
of
So she
days.
got those 8. Fuck off, man.
Each story mission has
It's
its
done.
own custom map built for it, and these maps are absolutely gigantic.
Did they just try to straight up kill like
India is one of our
Senyasa?
biggest maps, and it's a fun map because it has a few story beats that we've taken from recent comics and characters in the game.
We've written a history for each city so that the cities feel lived in. And I think that informs the artists so that they know like what it is that the city has been through.
Gothenburg.
With these new hero molds, Blizzard is making sure Rule 34 will keep Overwatch 2 more alive than ever.
His height, so there's step ladders and scalable tables. We designed the space as if we were a torp, Molten steel is pouring out of walls. It's pretty epic when you walk into it. Toronto is under siege by Null Sector when the players arrive here. There's a dynamic snowstorm. So as you make your way through the level, the snow is slowly building up. Suddenly by the
It's
end,
too good to be
the
true.
characters
I
are caught
mean,
in this gigantic snowstorm and they must fight their
I'm
way
not
through
saying
it.
anything. Wi-Fi died for like 5 minutes. There's a lot of shit happening.
This character or that character.
They're showing us all like the event, all the other things are going in. I'm gonna leave a VOD up. I'm gonna leave a VOD up both here and on YouTube, so it'll be up.
We have a cast of many characters, all on screen, all at the same time, and it's fantastic to actually see them all interacting and working together in ways that we've never actually
Lucio,
seen.
I like this guy. He's chilling, man. He is a vibe. I fucking love Lucio, bro. He's my shit. Is there a date yet? No, they've left this part until the end.
Genji and Mercy in the second mission of the game, you might get different dialogue that's about their relationship.
Oh shit.
Our voice actors bring the characters to life in ways that everybody has fallen in love with, from inside Blizzard to the fans. Just to hear this collection of actors all together, all interacting, has been a real treat.
There he goes.
I wish
The whole
people
Mccree
could
appears for a
see
second Krook.
how
Like, I'm
many
so
people
happy
are
with it.
involved
I
when
love
it
this
comes
kid,
to something
bro.
like telling the story of Overwatch. It doesn't
Let
just
him in.
come from
Let
a
him in,
singular
please.
person. It comes from a group, and it's a really talented, fun group that all works together.
We've been developing what we hope is one of the best stories ever. And, there's some key story moments that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, me too. What's that?
Really can't wait to see
Okay.
how they
Oh,
play into it.
look at that go. Yeah, yo, she going. In conclusion, when's the date? This looks so cool,
We've
though.
been talking about the game, about this universe.
Oh, dear.
I know you all love it so much.
Right now, we can sit down and have a night of Overwatch 2 and have it be a really fun experience.
I would like to have a night of Overwatch
We
2.
need some more time till we can say it's perfectly polished in the way that we want it.
We've made such incredible strides since we first announced this and showed it to the community at BlizzCon.
Lightning upgraded. Yeah,
2019.
dude, it looks so good.
The thing that I'm most excited about is that moment when we hand the game over to the players.
Yeah,
Create something that really
Lucio.
moves people, really touches people.
That's why we do it. We create the game.
I want them to have
because
as much
we
time
want
as
it to
possible to make
become
this shit
part
good,
of your
bro. I
life
don't want to know fucking Cyberpunk,
and
especially not to Overwatch,
for
dude.
you to experience it.
You know what I mean? Like, Overwatch 2 important, man.
For Overwatch 2, we're
There's no way they'll fucking rush this. I know it sucks, but
It's
we'll
a
go from
huge
there.
undertaking.
Yeah, they're emphasizing how
New
big it is
aesthetics,
now.
new looks,
It's gonna be like 2023 or
closer
something.
to the characters that you love, and we're just getting started.
There he is. Yeah, I
the
like
fidelity
it.
of the
They're
gameplay experience is much richer.
Hey.
We are making cinematics that
Look at him
push
go,
the
look at him
boundary of
go.
what we can do to tell stories.
We want this dynamic world. We want things to feel alive.
I'm really looking forward to being able to expand.
Oh,
the
no, I don't
world of
want this
Overwatch
rush.
for our players.
We're really trying to tell this epic
So they didn't
story.
add anything for Overwatch 1 this time out. It's a little bit
In
worrying.
order to make a game great, it takes time, energy.
I don't expect 2022. I do not expect
We
2022. A
have
lot of people
just
said 2022. I don't
incredibly
expect 2022. I
professional
expect
team of
2023.
designers and artists and engineers.
We just love bringing this world to
I think
you.
2022 is
So
too
many
soon.
cool
It's
characters.
way too soon.
Just a blast working on it.
Is that what's that fucking Zenyatta with fucking skis on?
Worthy successor to the first game, to be the next evolution, and to be a true sequel.
We have big plans. So thank you for sticking with us.
We're gonna cross the finish line, and I know it's gonna be awesome.
I hope people just end up loving playing it over and over.
That's what we want to try and capture. I'm jumping in.
Will they say winter 2024?
Be heroes.
Okay, we didn't get anything for it. We didn't get a date or anything. That's a bit. Okay. That's a little bit. The leak a couple weeks said winter 2021. Okay, what leak are we talking about? Are we talking about Metro? Don't believe a word that man says.
Don't Dolby is a proud partner of BlizzConline.
Okay.
Watch Shock versus the World in Dolby Vision
2024?
and Dolby
Okay,
Atmos,
different.
only in
Yeah,
the Dolby Access
2021's not happening, I'll be honest. They've already said that
Coca-Cola,
anyways.
The official refreshment of BlizzConline.
Okay, so...
Who's ready for some fireworks?
Okay, yeah, okay.
You'll like this one.
Greetings. Our fates are entwined.
It's the same thing that we know from before. It's the year of the ox. It's a bit of a bore. Okay, so voice actors, Matt Mercer. I don't know who the rest are.
The best gets better.
Well, I think that's it really, gamers, actually. I don't think there's much more after that.
Let me show you how it's
What I will say, obviously the Discord. Hop on the Discord if you can. Make sure to hop on my socials. Whatever. I'm probably gonna upload this VOD to YouTube and I might do like a quick edit of it, like a 10-minute, 20-minute one, and then just like post that out like sometime tomorrow. Or sometime. I might pull in the light for that one. I don't know. Yeah, but week 1 and 2 already gone. Yeah, is Johnny on today? I don't know. I like the new HUD. HUD is like really minimalistic, but like if there's options to customize it, I might put a little bit more on my screen. He's fucking dead.